बोल हरि बोल, बोल हरि बोल, बोल हरि बोल। सुखे थाको दुखे थाको बोल हरि बोल, सुखे थाको दुखे थाको बोल हरि बोल, बोल हरि बोल, बोल हरि बोल, बोल हरि बोल। संपदे विपदे भाई बोल हरि बोल, संपदे विपदे भाई बोल हरि बोल, बोल हरि बोल, बोल हरि बोल, बोल हरि बोल। गृहे थाको वने थाको बोल हरि बोल, कृष्णेर संसारे थाकी बोल हरि बोल, बोल हरि बोल, बोल हरि बोल, बोल हरि बोल। असत्संग छाड़ी भाई बोल हरि बोल, असत्संग छाड़ी भाई बोल हरि बोल, बोल हरि बोल, बोल हरि बोल, बोल हरि बोल। वैष्णव चरणी पोड़ी बोल हरि बोल, वैष्णव चरणी पोड़ी बोल हरि बोल, बोल हरि बोल, बोल हरि बोल, बोल हरि बोल। गौरा नित्यानंद बोले बोल हरि बोल, गौरा नित्यानंद बोले बोल हरि बोल, गौरा गदाधारा बोले बोल हरि बोल, गौरा गदाधारा बोले बोल हरि बोल, गौरा अद्वैता बोले बोल हरि बोल, गौरा अद्वैता बोले बोल हरि बोल, बोल हरि बोल, बोल हरि बोल, बोल हरि बोल। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। बोलो सिया रामचंद्र की जय, श्रीला प्रभुपाद की जय। हरे कृष्ण माता जी।
Hare Krishna Mataji. Thank you for the Kirtan Mataji. Very nice. Thank you. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Ajnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Mena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Mena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Katamayam Dadati Swapadantikam. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanuste Devi Pranamami Hari Priye. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Radha Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna everyone, welcome. We did the 6 Goswamis of Vrindavan in one session. So this session is about Sri Advaita Acharya. So he was the one who brought Gauranga Mahaprabhu, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to this world. See, in this Kali Yuga, all of us can sit and pray. But it is not easy to make Krishna appear because we are so contaminated. So it has to be somebody very elevated, like Advaita Acharya. So who was he actually? He was a combined incarnation or expansion of Mahavishnu and Sadashiva, Lord Shiva. So he was a combined incarnation of Vishnu and Sadashiva. So that is why he could actually invoke, make the Lord appear in the form of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Otherwise, it's not easy for us. And then when he saw that people around, everybody was so materialistic, none of them were bothered about devotional service. So we were discussing the anarthas and all the demons killed by Krishna. In that we were talking about pseudo gurus. Putana is the one, we say she represents a pseudo guru. So any guru who is not taking us towards Krishna, who is not telling us that our ultimate goal is loving devotional service to Krishna, such a person is a pseudo guru. No, that's what we were discussing. So here, Advaita Acharya was trying to spread Krishna consciousness. In his house, there was Sankirtan happening all the time. People used to assemble there to hear Bhagavatam. He was born in a Brahminical family. So there was a lot of activity going on, spiritual activities, and people used to assemble there. And Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he was little, he also used to go and attend all this. His brother, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's name was Vishwarup. His um, his brother Vishwarup and Vishwambar. They are two brothers. So they used to go and attend. Then his older brother became a sannyasi, and his mother was a little upset about that. So we'll discuss that in the next few slides. Let's pray our obeisances to Sri Radha Govinda. Okay, can someone recite this, please? Dipti Mataji, would you like to recite? Sukanya Mataji.
Mataji, I can just read it. How to recite it?
Okay. No problem, Mataji. Just read it.
पञ्चतत्त्वमकं कृष्णं भक्तरूपस्वरूपकं भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्तशक्तिकम्. I offer my obeisances unto the Supreme Lord Krishna, who is non-different from his features as a devotee, devotional incarnation, manifestation, pure devotee, and devotional energy. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji. So Advaita Prabhu is one of the main figures among the Panchatattvas. Every time we chant, before we start our round, we say, right, Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhar, Shri Vasati Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. So we, any offenses are there, they will take care. So we do that every time. So why the name Acharya? Why? Because he studied Vedas and he studied all the scriptures under a guru. And that guru was a scholar. His name was Shantacharya in a little village near Shantipura. He studied all this, and that's how he got this title, Acharya. And Vaishnava devotees like to take his shelter. He had a lot of disciples, and so many people followed him. But he was kind of disappointed because majority of the people were not Krishna conscious. Nobody cared about devotional service. So that's when he became very serious. That he used to cry. He used to cry so he used to worship Shalikram Chila. His cries were so loud in the sense, not loud enough in the sense, they pierce the material layers. They passed through the Vaikuntha Lokas and actually reached Krishna in Goloka Vrindavan. So with so much heart and soul, he actually prayed for Krishna to appear. And it says, Panchatattvatmakam Krishnam Bhaktarupa Swarupakam Bhaktavataram Bhaktakyam Namami Bhakta Shaktikam. So Krishna came along with his devotees. He came in these 5 forms. Bhaktarupa, that is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So Krishna, he is also, in the form of a devotee. Then it is Balram is there. Then Avataram Advaita Prabhu is there. Bhakti Shakti is Radharani, Gadadhar Pandit is Radharani. Then Bhakta, Srivas Pandit. Srivas Pandit is Narad Muni. So Srivas Pandit is also there. So all of them. This sloka is about all the Panchatattvas. Okay, this is one famous kirtan. It comes right. Doya karo Sita Pati Advaita Gosai Tava Kripa Bale Pai Chaitanya Nitai. This. My dear Advaita Prabhu, husband of Sita, he had 2 wives, Sita Thakurani and Shri. So he says, "You are so kind. Please be merciful to me. If you are kind to me, naturally, Lord Chaitanya and Nityananda will also be kind to me. If we want Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy, we need Nityananda Prabhu's mercy. If we want Radharani's mercy, we must get Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy. If we want Krishna, we must have Radharani's mercy. So how do we please all of them? Just by serving our spiritual master. Just please our spiritual master and everybody else will be pleased automatically." And then can someone recite the next one? Jaya Jaya Advaita Gatwan. Hare Krishna.
Can I, Mataji?
Yes, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Jaya Jaya Advaita Ishvara Avatara Krishna Avatari Kaila Jagat Nistara. I lost the tune, Mataji. You can recite with me, Mataji. Jaya Jaya.
Yes, Mataji. How Namanishta Prabhu does this? He says, Jaya Jaya Advaita Ishvara Avatara Krishna Avatari Kaila Jagat Nistara. He has that tune. He follows that. Okay. All glories. Would you like to read, Mataji?
Okay, Mataji. All glories to Advaita Prabhu, the incarnation of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He induced Krishna to descend and thus delivered the entire world.
All glories to Advaita Prabhu. Okay. Yeah. Advaita Acharya is the combined incarnation of Mahavishnu and Sadashiva. His two consorts, Sita and Shri, are manifestations of Yogamaya. He spent most of his life, as a grown-up in Shantipur with his wife and family. And then he was a very well-respected leader among all the Vaishnavas. Then he taught loving service to Krishna. He wanted everybody to serve Krishna. Then he was trying to help them to, get out this cycle of, come out of this cycle of birth and death. So Advaita Acharya appeared in the village of Navagram near the city of Tilhet as the son of the Varendra Brahmin Kuber Pandit and his wife Nabha Devi on the 7th day of the waxing moon in the month of Magh, 1434 AD. So Shri Advaita Acharya, would somebody like to read this one?
I can start, Mataji.
Sure, Mataji, please read.
Sri Advaita Acharya was born in 1434 in Nabagram, Bengal, to Sri Kubera Pandit and Srimati Nabha Devi. They were originally inhabitants of Nabagram village near Sri Hatta, but later moved to Santipura on the banks of the Ganga. When Sri Advaita Acharya made his appearance in this world, Srila Madhavendra Puri, Sri Ishwar Puri, Sachi Mata, and Sri Jagannath Mishra also made their advent. Sri Advaita Acharya was a disciple of Sri Madhavendra Puri and is one of the chief figures amongst the Panchatattva. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhara, and Srivasa. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Hare Krishna. So when Advaita Acharya was around 50, more than 50, 60 years old, when he was actually praying for Lord Chaitanya to appear, Krishna to appear. So he was very elderly. And that's when Madhavendra Puri, Ishwar Puri, all these others were also there. Shachi Mata and Sri Jagannath Mishra are Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's parents. So they were there. And Advaita Acharya is the disciple of Sri Madhavendra Puri. And he's, Ishwara Puri is his disciple. And Ishwara Puri is the spiritual master of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Can someone read this one?
Shall I read, Mataji?
Yes, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Sri Advaita Acharya studied the Vedas and other scriptures under a scholar named Shantacharya in Fulvati village near Shantipura, where he was awarded the title Acharya. Before the appearance of Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu, all the Vaishnava devotees in the Navadvip are used to gather at the house of Advaita Acharya. In these meetings, Advaita Acharya preached on the basis of the Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. The devotees took pleasure in Krishna Katha worshipping Krishna and chanting the Lord's names. Sri Chaitanya's elder brother Vishwarupa used to regularly visit Advaita Acharya's house to engage in the chanting and dancing of Nama Sankirtan. Advaita Acharya spent most of his adult life in Shantipura with his wife and family, where he was a respected leader of the small Vaishnava community, encouraging everyone to follow the path of bhakti, loving service to Sri Krishna. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. So we know Vishwarup becomes a sannyasi, and his mother Shachi Mata, she feels very bad. She has this feeling that since Vishwarup used to attend Bhagavatam sessions and kirtans and all at Advaita Acharya's house, he's because of that influence, his influence made him a sannyasi. She has this, she's a mother, she doesn't want to let go of her child, she has that feeling. So because of that, what happens? Mm, once when Advaita Acharya actually knows Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the Lord, because once he's meditating, he sees all the demigods worshipping the lotus feet of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So when this happens, this visual happens, he's quite astonished. Then he comes to know that this is none other than Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And there are other instances also where he comes to know that this is Krishna himself. So many instances. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also shows him the universal form. There is a Prakash Leela also that happens. So at this time, he says, Mahaprabhu, you have given Krishna Prem, you are distributing Krishna Prem to everyone. Please be liberal and give it to everyone, like including your mother. That's what it means. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, not my mother. He tells his mother also, Mother, you may not go back home, Godhead. Go back to Godhead. She's like surprised. Why are you saying such things? Because how did I, offend the Lord or anything? What did I do? It says, because you said, you thought like that. You thought Advaita Acharya is the reason for my son to become sannyasi, and you had a bad feeling about all this. So that is why, that's an offense. She says, what do I do now? How do I correct this problem? Then he says, you must take the lotus dust, feet, from his feet. Take the dust from his lotus feet. Then she's like, how can I do that? Because Advaita Acharya will not let that happen. If she goes and falls at his feet and takes lotus dust from his feet, uh, it's not going to happen. So he says, there is no other way for you, for your liberation. You have to do this. Then what happens once Advaita Acharya is actually paying obeisances to the Lord, and then at that time he is in ecstasy, and without his knowledge, she takes the dust from his feet, and Advaita Acharya comes to know, and he says, "This is not right," and she says, "Forgive me, forgive me. This is the only way. I didn't know anything else to do." And so then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will explain the whole situation. So it is like that. You never offend a Vaishnava, because that will not make Mahaprabhu happy. His own mother, he made sure, she, begged forgiveness from a devotee. Advaita, because it means non-dual. He's not different from Lord Hari. That's why Advaita. That's why his name is Advaita. Can someone read this, please? Hare Krishna. Who'd like to read?
Shall I, Mataji?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay. Seeing all around him the growing tendency of people to abandon their spiritual practices for the pursuit of wealth and short-lived materialistic gains, Advaita Acharya was greatly pained. Advaita Acharya prayed to the Lord for several months. He worshipped his saligram, Shila, lovingly with sacred tulsi leaves and Ganges water, calling out to the Lord to manifest and show a way to the worldly people to reach the eternal spiritual abode. By the momentum of his spiritual fervor, his loud cries pierced the coverings of the material universe and echoing through the transcendental Vaikuntha Lokas, reached the ears of Krishna in Goloka, and Sri Krishna then advented himself as Sri Krishna Chaitanya in Mayapur, Bengal, as the son of Sri Jagannath Mishra and Sachi Devi. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. The place where he used to pray, he offered tulsi leaves and Ganges water to Shaligram. That place is still there. People go and visit that place. There's a little temple over there, and it is close to Shantipur. People can take a rickshaw and go. It seems it's that close, few kilometers. That's all, pretty close. So it's still there where he actually, prayed. See, how beautiful is this image? So we just offer tulsi leaves and some Ganges water and some flowers. Krishna says, Patram pushpam phalam toyam. This much and Krishna will be pleased. Of course, we can do much more. Whatever we can, we should be able to offer. But even a little goes a long way. And then this we just read, Jai Jai Advaiteshwara, Avatara, Krishna Avatari Kaila, Jagat Nishchara. Then we know how and why Krishna appears. Paritranaya sadhunam, vinashaya chadushkatam, dharma sansthapanarthaya, sambhavami yuge yuge. Krishna says that, but Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was mercy incarnation. He did not lift any weapon, or he was very, very merciful. He was really distributing Krishna Prem. You don't have Krishna Prem, just take it. Love of God. Because none of us have that none of us are pure devotees where we are constantly ecstatic about the love, we feel for Krishna. So, but Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was so, so merciful. And here he appeared here to reclaim all the conditioned souls, just like how Krishna appeared so many years ago. He also appeared to reclaim all the conditioned souls, to give pleasure to his devotees, to please everyone. And, it was his mercy. Sri Advaita Acharya had two wives, Shri and Sita. In the Gaura Ganodesha Deepika, it is written that the divine Yogamaya took the form of Advaita's wife, Srimati Sita Devi, and that Shri is her Prakasha expansion. Just like, Rukmini and all the others, and the gopis and Radharani, they're all expansions, just like that. So this is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's appearance. You see, Sita Thakurani has come to visit Sachimata, and she's brought lot of gifts for him, to little Nimai Pandit. She is the one who names him Nimai. He was born under a neem tree. Neem tree is supposed to be very auspicious. It keeps away all the evil and bad influences. And he was born there. And she says this is an apt name for this baby. So they call him Nimai, and then he becomes Nimai Pandit, because at a very young age he is very scholarly. So in the age of Kali, intelligent persons perform congregational chanting. This is a shloka from Bhagavatam, where it says Krishna Varna Visha Krishnam Sangopangastra Parshadam Yagnai Sankirtana Prayer Yajantihi Sumedashaha, means Yajantihi Sumedashaha, which means Bhagavatam actually predicted the appearance of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. In the age of Kali, there will be a person who appears that is none other than Krishna himself. He'll appear along with his associates, and then they all will do congregational chanting. See, in the age of Kali, intelligent persons perform congregational chanting to worship the incarnation of Godhead, who constantly sings the names of Krishna. That is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu only. Although his complexion is not blackish, Krishna is Shama Sundar, how he was in Vrindavan. He's not going to look like that, but he's Krishna only. He's accompanied by his associates, servants, weapons, and confidential companions. Wherever Krishna goes, he takes all his associates with him, his whole crew. They all come. Everybody in his family. When Krishna was here, all of them from Goloka. So same way here, Sita Thakurani, she's so happy to see. And Mata and Sita Thakurani, they stay in touch with each other. Sita was more like a motherly figure for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and he also looked at her as a mother. And they used to discuss how to bring up this baby and all. Before he was born, before his older brother was born, his mother Mata had lost 8 children. All of them were girls. So that's why she had this attachment for her boys, actually. She wanted them to stay with her. Just like, any mother, she had a lot of love for her son. Okay, can someone read this, please? Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
When Kubera Pandit and Naba Devi disappeared, Advaita went to Gaya on the pretext of performing the appropriate rituals of mourning and thus continued on a pilgrimage tour of all of India's holy places. When he came to Vrindavan, he became absorbed in the worship of Krishna. Through his meditation, he was able to understand that Krishna was about to appear in Navadvip. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. So he visited after his parents passed away, he performed some rituals and then he visited all these holy places in India. And then he came to Vrindavan and he knew no Krishna would appear. He came to Vrindavan and became absorbed in the worship of Krishna. He discovered the deity of Sri Madan Mohan or Madan Gopal, which he later entrusted to the care of the Shaubi Brahmin in Mathura before continuing on his pilgrimage tour. This deity only was worshipped by Srila Sanatana Goswami. It's still there. Madan Mohan temple is there. It's given. The deities are here. These were worshipped by Sanatana Goswami. And Advaita Acharya also worshipped these. When Kuber Pandit and Nabadevi disappeared, this is repetition. Okay. Advaita Acharya also had two residences, one in Shantipur, the other not far from Srivasa's home in Navadvip, Mayapur. His heart was greatly pained at seeing that the people of the world were devoid of any devotion to Vishnu and were, as a consequence, greatly suffering the pains of material life. Overwhelmed with compassion, he began to teach the Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam, explaining that the purport of the scripture was to engage in devotional service to Krishna. People in this material world, in this condition, life are suffering. They may not accept it. They may think they are enjoying, but it is just momentary, flickering happiness. There is this example given when somebody is underwater, they can't breathe. So how long can you stay like that? Right? After some time, you start choking, you kind of suffer. You don't feel good. But suddenly, if somebody lets you free, we come up and breathe again. Then feel, wow, I'm so happy now. After some time, again, you're inside water. It's as if your face is in the water, out of water. It's like that. For some time, we are happy, again, back in misery. So, material life is like that. But a person who is liberated, even within this material world, will not feel any pangs of misery at all. And in any condition, they'll be happy. So we know this pastime, Madhavendra Puri pastime. We discussed this recently also. Can someone read this and just explain this little bit in few words? What is happening in this image? We discussed this pastime. Hare Krishna. Vanasha Mataji, would you like to read and tell us few things about?
Okay, Mataji, I'll try. Hare Krishna, Mataji. Madhavendra Puri arrived at the house of Advaita Acharya. When Advaita saw Puripada's prema, he felt a deep inner joy. So he took care to receive the mantra from him, after which Madhavendra Puri left to continue his voyage to the south. Chaitanya Charitamrita 2.4, 110.1.
Okay, so this is Madhavendra Puri sitting here. What exactly is happening, Mataji, in this image? Would you like to tell us?
He didn't have food and he was meditating. Then when Krishna will come in the form of a little boy and give him milk, something like that, Mataji.
Yes, Mataji, correct, Mataji. And then he offers milk and then he'll tell, nobody fasts in this place. Please accept this milk and I'll come and collect this pot later. But instead, he appears in his dream. Yes, Mataji, correct. Can someone read this, please? Hare Krishna.
Shall I read, Mataji?
Yes, Mataji.
Advaita Acharya, having appeared, he found the world devoid of devotional service to Sri Krishna because people were engrossed in material affairs. CC Adilila 3.97. Everyone was engaged in material enjoyment. whether sinfully or virtuously. No one was interested in the transcendental service of the Lord, which can give total relief from the repetition of birth and death. CC Adilila 3.98. Seeing the activities of the world, the Acharya felt compassion and began to ponder how he could act for the people's benefit. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. All these details are in the Chaitanya Charitamrita. See, great souls are like that. They feel great compassion for others. He was not selfish. There are many people, they say, right, some of the yogis are so selfish. Selfish in the sense, they just work on themselves. They go to a secluded place. They want to become liberated. They stay in a very quiet place, just chanting and following some austerity. But Vaishnavas are not like that. Pure devotees of the Lord. They want everybody. Like Prahlad Maharaj says, Dear Lord, please give me your mercy. And I don't want to go back home alone. I want all of my friends also to come with me. I want them also, to be liberated and benefit from the devotional service. It's like that. They want to benefit everybody. And this also I'll read. Chaitanya Charitamrita 3.99 Adilila. If Sri Krishna were to appear as an incarnation, he himself could preach devotion by his personal example. He's thinking, if he can only come and teach, uh, how to be a great devotee. In the age of Kali, there is no religion other than the chanting of the holy name of the Lord. See, direct, it is so direct, no? There's no need to follow. Krishna says, give up all religion. Okay? Sarva Dharman Antyajya. Give up all religion. Just take my shelter. Just like that. There's no other religion. Just chant the holy name of the Lord. But how in this age will the Lord appear as an incarnation? I shall worship Krishna in a purified state of mind. I shall constantly petition him in humbleness. He's thinking like this. Considering the meaning of the verse in this way, not finding any way to repay the debt he owes to one who offers him a tulsi leaf and water, Lord Krishna thinks, there is no wealth in my possession that is equal to a tulsi leaf and water. So when Advaita Acharya worship like this, Krishna is thinking, there is no wealth in my possession that is equal to tulsi leaf and water. We may offer whatever we have, but just offering tulsi leaf, Krishna was so happy. Thus the Lord liquidates the debt by offering himself to the devotee. We have seen so many examples how he offered himself to his devotee. Considering even Krishna book, he's sitting, he's not thinking, I am the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Let me sit on some big chair and some golden throne. Let all my friends sit down. And nothing like that. He's just playing among them. He's eating from their bowl. They all have got food from home, lunch boxes, and he's eating from each one of them, their bowls and their boxes. And then he's having so much fun. He's carrying them. They're carrying him. He massages other people's feet. They massage him. So he's having such sweet, relationship with everybody. So the Lord is like that. That is what he's looking for, love. So he liquidates the debt by offering himself to the devotee. Considering in this way, Acharya began worshipping the Lord. Thinking of the lotus feet of Sri Krishna, he constantly offered tulsi buds in water from the Ganges. That's how he worshipped. He appealed to Sri Krishna with loud calls and thus made it possible for Krishna to appear. Therefore, the principal reason for Sri Chaitanya's descent is this appeal by Advaita Acharya. The Lord, the protector of religion, appears by the desire of his devotee. In every pastime, in Prahlad Maharaj's case also, it was not so difficult for Krishna to kill Hiranyakashipu from wherever he was sitting. He appeared for the sake of Prahlad Maharaj. Prahlad Maharaj said, Krishna is there in this pillar. So, he made that come true. He appeared from a pillar for his devotee. Okay. Yeah, Bhagavatam to Vishwarup. So Vishwarup was hearing Bhagavatam every day, and Shachimata, because of that, she offended by saying, Advaita Acharya was the reason. And then Advaita Acharya was in Shantipur, and all his doubts were erased because of the Mahaprakash Leela also, because of his meditation that happened where he saw the Mahaprabhu being worshipped by all the devatas. Yeah, once Advaita Acharya gave prasad to Haridas Thakur. We know Haridas Thakur was born in a Muslim family. In spite of that, he took shelter of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He was chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra all the time. He was beaten up in the marketplaces. He endured all that. Once he performs Shraddha for his father, and after performing Shraddha, you have to feed Brahmanas. So Advaita Acharya will feed Haridas Thakur. But Haridas Thakur is very humble. Haridas Thakur feels he is not a Brahmana, right? But he gives him the offering, and he says feeding Haridas Thakur is equivalent to feeding 10 million Brahmanas. Is beyond all that, Haridas Thakur, because he's chanting and he's so purified. So Advaita Acharya also, he did not discriminate at all. He could see Haridas Thakur was a very elevated devotee, and he's a Vaishnava, pure Vaishnava, pure devotee. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself glorified Advaita Acharya and described the underlying truth of his nature in the following way. Advaita Acharya is God himself. This is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu glorifying Advaita Acharya. I have become purified. He's saying, I have become purified because there is no one equal to him in devotion to Krishna, nor in knowledge of the scriptures. He is called Advaita Acharya. By his mercy, even the Mlechas become devotees of Krishna. Who can describe the extent of his powers or his devotion? So this is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu glorifying Advaita Acharya so that we know his greatness. The Lord is always like that. He glorifies his devotees. In Krishna book also, there is this chapter where Krishna, along with all the sages, visits a king and a poor Brahmana. When they visit, he visits both of them at the same time because he can expand himself, and he gives equal opportunity for service. And at that time, both of them, the king also glorifies Krishna. In this poor Brahmana's house also, the Brahmana is also glorifying Krishna. He keeps on saying, "Oh Lord, I know who you are," and he touches his lotus feet and is um, washing the lotus feet and is offering whatever he can. He's glorifying Krishna so much. Krishna is hearing all this, and then when it is his time to speak, he starts glorifying the sages. He says, "Do you know about the sages who have accompanied me? They are so great. They travel everywhere just to distribute Krishna consciousness. They want everybody to be benefited by this knowledge and by the knowledge of devotional service. That is what they do." And then he starts glorifying the sages, all the uh, praise that the Brahmana was saying. Uh, Krishna actually, he actually is, by glorifying the devotees, he's glorifying his own devotees. So, that is Krishna. So that's how it is here. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is glorifying his devotee. Once, what happens, we all have heard about this incident. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wants to go to Vrindavan. Nityananda Prabhu will bring him to near Shantipur instead. And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they keep walking and walking. He thinks that they have reached Yamuna, actually, but at this Ganges river. And suddenly they say Advaita Acharya. Then Mahaprabhu is wondering, why is Advaita Acharya here? And Advaita Acharya says, this is Shantipur, his house is close by. And then he knows Nityananda Prabhu has brought him here by mistake. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is like, what is going on? And then Advaita Acharya says, wherever you are, that place is Vrindavan. Then he will speak very sweetly and then he'll take them home. Offer so much bhog. There's so much to eat. And then he's in ecstasy that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda have appeared there at his place. The description of what all he have offered is there, of all the dishes. Lot of variety. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, I can barely take few morsels. What is this? You offered me so much. I can take only one or two, bites or something. Won't eat so much. Then Advaita Acharya says, I know how much you can eat. In Jagannath Puri, as Jagannath, how much are you eating? I know your capacity. Why are you saying that? And then Nityananda Prabhu says something opposite. He says, I have been, fasting for so many days and this is not enough for me. And Advaita Acharya says, I know this is enough for you. Please eat. So they are all talking like this in a very friendly, joking way. They have such a nice time. And Advaita Acharya goes in ecstasy. It's such a sweet conversation they have. Then Panchatattva will give Krishna Prem. Always. So we know Advaita Acharya was a very close associate of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Then again, same some images. So this is all about Advaita Acharya. He was elderly and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was a child in front of him. But he knew this is the Lord and he actually washed his feet and worshipped him many times and the Lord accepted his service. So we've reached the end of this chapter. All glories to Advaita Acharya. Hare Krishna. I'll stop. How do I stop this? Stop. I'm not able to stop the live stream. Do you have any